Welcome to the Sniff Spotlight Series, your one-stop shop to find out what's really going on in sniffs nationwide. I'm your host, Yitz Rubin, and this is sponsored by Renewal Rehab, the best therapy provider for sniffs nationwide. Laura Shaw-deBruin, thank you so much for coming on to the Sniff Spotlight.
Thank you for having me. It's great.
You're the executive director of Northwood Seniors Network, providing clients with in-home caregiving, home-delivered meals, transportation. And if you've fallen and can't get up, call Laura.
Yes, call me, and I will get you the equipment that will help you stay safe in your home.
I hear you're speaking this week at the 2021 Home Care Summit.
I am.
Growth Summit, yeah. It's all over the news.
It is. I read the billboards coming in, actually.
So how are you feeling being such a super celebrity, Laura?
Oh, please. Speaking on those issues is my passion, and we're all going to get old someday, some of us sooner than later. And if I could talk about, the care you can get and advocacy and whatever I could do, I'm willing to do it to get the word out. Not only for the seniors, but for the families, because when things happen, families are kind of like, what do I do? And they can call us and we can kind of navigate them through it.
So tell me a little bit more about who your clients are and how you help them.
Northwood Seniors Network serves 3 counties, Lake, Cook, and DuPage. So just not only the city. And we help them by providing services to help them remain safe and as long as possible in their own home, which could be a home down the street, it could be a nursing home, it could be an assisted living, whatever we could offer them to stay safe in their own home. We probably have about 500 clients, and they range from, I would say, 60 to 106. Oh,
wow. If someone's 107, they can't come to Laura?
They can, and bless their heart. We've had clients, many clients, over the age of 100. We actually had a client, which is a little fun fact, who went to both World Series in the Cubs. So,
really?
That was her claim to fame, and I loved it.
So let's talk about the services you provide to seniors to help them stay safe and more independent at home.
Okay. So we provide caregiving services. That's our main part of our business. We provide home-delivered meals, which we deliver about 80 to 90 meals per day. And every meal comes with 2 meals, a dinner and a lunch. And our volunteer program delivers those meals. We do the Life Alert program, transportation, social outings, and care management. And that program is, we kind of navigate the care for families that might be out of state, out of the country, or just don't have the time or sometimes patience to do it.
So what have been the most challenging parts during COVID?
Tough year, right? For everybody. Very tough year. I would say the toughest part of our job was, I think, the isolation with the seniors was the hardest part. Because not only do we provide services in someone's home, we work in a lot of facilities. So some of the facilities don't allow people in during COVID, so all of a sudden they don't have a caregiver, a companion, they can't see their families. And also I think the fear. So we still provided services. We didn't skip a beat. We didn't take any, we have worked all straight through it. And sometimes the fear of having a caregiver come to your home, telling families that our caregivers are tested and screened and healthy, and well, can they still bring it into mom? Well, we didn't know. There was a lot of unknowns in the beginning, but we did everything we could to keep our caregivers and our clients safe. I'm so proud of our staff, and I'm so proud of our clients.
So tell me about some of that awesome staff that you're so proud of.
Well, we've had a lot of interesting weather in Chicago, and in my 4.5 years working with this group, we've only not been open 3 days for weather. The polar vortex a couple years ago, and then this recent snow we had. Even in the polar vortex, there was 4 clients who needed meals. We made sure they got their meals. And plus, we've had a lot of staff that have, found people laying on the ground, have called 911, have actually saved people's lives.
Wow.
So they're heroes for sure. They are our heroes.
Wow. Can you give me an example of someone their lives were saved?
We are a 24-hour business. We have our meals program. It's not only meals, it's a wellness check. So we make sure that we see every client. Unless they made arrangements for us that they're going to be at the doctor, then they keep their meals somewhere else. But when we ring that doorbell, we need to have an eye on them. And if we don't see them, We call their emergency contacts, and then we call 911. There have been many times that someone has come into the home and the person's on the ground, maybe having a heart attack, maybe fallen, and it's sometimes you'll have passed away. Sometimes our meals people are the only people they see. So during the pandemic, I'm so glad we didn't stop the meals. And these are all done by volunteers.
Oh, wow. So it's more than just like leaving food by the
No,
door.
it's, we call it a wellness check too.
Oh, wow.
And families like that because sometimes they don't really need care. They just need someone to make sure they're still okay.
Right. So what do you do when someone would need more services than you guys provide?
We have a nurse on site who does assessments. So if we feel that we can't provide services for them anymore, we have the nurse do a reassessment. We will tell families what we feel they need or that we can't, it's out of our scope of range of services. They might need more nursing home services, more memory care. We don't feel they're safe at home anymore. And so, they have to kind of balance that out. Do they want someone living with them 24 hours or they go into a nursing facility or they go into a memory care? I don't ever want to do anything that could put someone in harm, so I'd rather refer them to where they're best suited.
Have you ever discovered anything that was like too hard to handle?
I think one of the hardest things, horrible and been hard for me, is when there are clients that have hoarding habits that are beyond belief. Like you can't walk in their home without having somewhere to sit. It's overwhelming to walk into somewhere where it's covered with magazines and papers and coffee cans and it's more of probably a mental health component with that, with people who hoard. But I had a client who had a 7-bedroom home and every bathroom was covered with things.
Oh, wow.
And they didn't think anything of it. And they had 5 children. And I never judge. You never know what family dynamics are. But all the 5 children were telling us, we've tried to help them, but they don't want any help. And I'm like, you put them on a vacation, you come in and you dismantle the house. So I actually called Service Master, and they had come in, and there were 2 dead cats as well in the home. So that has been tough because those are their possessions, and who am I to take away some of those possessions?
Do you have grief counseling for your caregivers?
So we have an employee assistance program, so we will refer people if they feel they needed it. And we work with different hospices that sometimes will say if your caregivers are working with a client end of life, they will provide services for them. So I would say most of our caregivers are seasoned caregivers and they've seen a lot, but things that are more tough to see, we make sure that they get the supports they needed, not only through maybe counseling and grief, but also some extra special care from our staff and really checking on them. And during COVID, we did that a lot with everybody. We checked on people constantly. Before we take on any client, we do an assessment and one of us goes in the home and we do a safety check. So we'll go through the home and suggest safety measures. And if I don't feel it's safe or a good fit, I won't take that business.
So how do families find you, especially those who have fallen and can't get up? They really need a lifeline.
Our good referrals are hospitals, independent livings, assisted livings, home health agencies, advertising, our reputation. Word of mouth is our biggest referral source right now. And then opportunities like this and talking about our company and speaking on different things are good.
Yeah, so keep up the excellent work you guys
Thank
are
you.
doing. You guys are doing. And thank
Very
you so
proud
much.
of our company. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so
very
much for joining
This
us.
has been fun.
Thank you for sharing this tremendously important part of senior care. The SNF Spotlight Series highlights healthcare heroes and thought leaders in the skilled nursing community. We're building awareness, trust, and shining the light on SNFs. So stay tuned. Remember to like, comment, and share.